Uncomfortable truth. We're back. Today we're going to be talking about dating and the ugly truth and uncomfortable truth about dating. Money, double booking, everything. Reg, you have some pretty good subject matter. So we'll start with you and your dating experience. Oh, Reg, Kiema, Horace.
All right. Well, I guess we can start off. I guess I moving to Atlanta at 29 years old, my prime dating years. Well, that's the end of my prime dating years. I got to learn real quick that dating ain't free, and if you're gonna be out here trying to holler at these girls and go different places, you gotta have some money for that. It ain't gonna be free to be going to these happy hours and pushing up on people because they immediately gonna ask you to buy them something. You don't even gotta be out on a date. If you meet I think as far as Atlanta experience, you can meet a person out in public, offer them a drink, whatever, but they might want to start you paying for a whole dinner right there and then. And like, if you ain't comfortable with that, and they think you less of a man, or less of why you scared to share your wealth?
I'm glad you started like that because yesterday we was just talking about in the shop, literally just yesterday. How much money should you have to take a woman on a date? I guess we should ask you, Kiema.
I mean, which date is it?
It's the first date. At least this much.
I think it's going to be dependent on female. So I'm cool with having a very low-key first date to see if I even want to go further with spending my time with you.
That's how I feel.
Me too.
Because I cannot spend. See, now, in the shop, a lot of the older guys said, you got to have $200 at least. I said, $200. First date? I said, I don't know about that. I said, I don't know if I like you like that.
So I'm good with a
That's a very nice restaurant.
But
I'm thinking $100, $120.
But you can't take me to a cheap restaurant though.
No, I'm
I'd
not
rather
gonna
you
take
take
you
me to
there.
coffee or something than a cheap restaurant.
Yeah,
What's
It's
cheap
gonna
though?
be like coffee
What's cheap
in
though?
the park.
You can't take it to
You
Red
can't take me to
Lobster.
Applebee's.
What's
You can't
cheap
take me
though?
to Applebee's or Red Lobster.
Yeah.
I don't even eat that on normal.
So that's cheap for a
Yeah,
date. That's disrespectful.
I don't eat that. Like I take myself to certain places.
So the 2 for $20 is disrespectful.
2 for $20 is definitely.
Yeah.
I had a girl go on a date and she picked out the 2 for $20. She said we should get that, and I was impressed by that.
Different strokes for
Different
different.
strokes for different folks. That's what I
it
was trying to say, right?
It
And so what happened to her?
Well, because she's on that type of maybe pay scale, it was certain things in her lifestyle that I didn't agree with, that I couldn't agree with. So with that cheap menu items, there also were other things about her lifestyle that was cheap too that was a deal breaker for me.
There you go.
So what do you
Kinda
really
hand with each
accept?
other.
They go hand in hand.
Yeah. She was on her way to Miami, but she was picking up like bed bug boxes at Burlington, and I didn't understand it. Like, how you got bed bugs, but you about to go to Miami? I'm like, where your priorities at? That was the same girl that was like, let's get the 2 for $20. So
it all falls under the same mentality umbrella. You know, it just is what it is.
right, and she definitely somebody I was just dating, and she was dating other people too. So some things are like, are things so serious? Should a person pay $200 on a first date when I'm dating multiple people, you dating multiple people? Because if you start spending that type of money, depending on a person's ego, you might be mad that they start expecting things.
Yeah, $200. Like
We spent $200.
They was really arguing. Like the old guy said, man, you gotta have at least $200. I said, cause she gonna want to have drinks. I said, drinks. Like if I go out with a woman on a first date and she just ordering drinks, that's a problem. I don't even know if I like you like that. Like you could get a glass of wine or a drink, but.
Right.
That's
Having several
about
on
like
the first date is like
you doing the most. Unless I say to you, yo, would you like another drink?
Yeah.
You know, blah blah. But don't just take it upon yourself to just, oh yeah, bring us 2 shots.
we getting turned tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, did we discuss it? Did we discuss? Are we about to go do this?
I
Right.
gotta bring my man Rashad on this. I could tell the story, but you might tell a little better. One of the first time I met the homie, he said he would, and stop me if I get something wrong. He was out with his fellas, the homies. They somewhere, a group of ladies come in, and they like, yo, what's up? They don't know each other, but like, you know, we about the same age, we vibing. They put their tables together. So one of his partners, they was already there, ordered some hookahs and this and that. And then they all kind of, he talking to a lady. So the young lady he was talking to was like, yo, round of shots on me.
Yeah.
bow. So they brought the shots. Waiter brought the bill, handed it to her. She said, round the shots on me.
Yeah.
She slid the bill to Rashad.
Oh.
Rashad slid the bill back to her. It's like, she was like, what, you expect me to pay this? He was like, shit, you the one talking about round of drinks on you. I'm not paying that. And she was like, I don't, whatever. I got my money and I don't like this type of thing. And then erased her.
She don't like this type of thing.
Erased his number out her phone right in front of him. He's like, man, I don't care about none of that, man.
I ain't
like,
paying for these shots.
And the homie kept it 100. He said, let me tell you something, man. I ain't no hustler. I ain't no drug dealer. I ain't no none of that. I go to work every day. Like, keep real. Like, I'm not doing that with you. Like, I just met you.
Not when you just said that. No. When you say that, shots for everybody.
And she said on me, pointing to herself.
Yeah, on
like,
me.
I firmly believe if you don't have no money,
people mentality
shut the fuck
on
up.
dates, especially millennials, because Rashad about
That
31.
wasn't even a date.
It wasn't even a date. So
That's even worse.
Exactly.
Like that's a. I just met you and we just sitting down chilling talking.
So you know she gonna take advantage
forward.
of any man she meet on any level, date or other.
And
Yeah.
he better than me because like a lot of men, I relate getting fucked up is we about to try and do something. You drinking all this drunk and you want to smoke all this hookah, you want to smoke all this bud.
Yeah.
Where is this leading to? So I'm about to do all this with you and take you to let you go to another man's house? Some girls do that anyway. But I'm saying that's part of that dating shit.
That's the free meal date.
Right. That's even on a for real date. We could go out to Papa Do's. Boom, boom, boom. Spend that $200 he talking about. And then I still go take you home and then you going to get on that phone like, boop, boop, boop. Hey,
she was texting him while y'all was on a date.
Right, to go to the next person's house. Right.
Like,
So it's like.
The dude who's not gonna spend a $2.
No.
That's exactly who she went to too.
Yeah.
The dude who's
Yeah,
not gonna spend the $200.
Dude who's not gonna, who don't got the $200. Who
Yeah,
done
he
told
ain't got
her
the $200 to spend.
Right.
Yeah.
But I like nice places, but I will pay for a nice place myself. So it's one of those, if I don't mind doing this for myself, and I've actually paid for dates. If we're kind of dated, I'll say maybe like the third or fourth date, I'll be like, oh, it's on me.
Yeah. See,
Red Lobster shit?
that's rare.
Did you say Red Lobster?
Yeah, I want to go. I really want to say throw some restaurants
The
out there
last
to you as a
time
woman.
I
Say,
went
what's
to
your
Red
favorite-
Lobster, I was 19.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Not your mama cheddar biscuits.
That was the last time I went
I
there.
find that Red Lobster's okay. Like, all right, so if I'm on a first day, I'm not gonna go to Red Lobster. But I used to live near Red Lobster when me and my lady lived together in these apartments, and there was Red Lobster down the street. Now, if y'all already together, let's just stop right here. You know, it's right here. You know, I ain't been here in a
It
while.
tastes good though. How do you think that tastes good? You from South Carolina?
I mean, well, I'm originally from New York, but South Carolina is my roots.
That's
But
where our,
I mean,
both of us are
I
born
like
in New
that.
York.
I like their crab legs.
Oh.
I mean, I like their crab legs. I mean,
Right, so-
I don't go there for the seafood, but I
Yeah.
like their crab legs.
But-
But we're guys, like
Right, so
Yeah,
that means
I'm
y'all-
like that.
we not hard to please.
Yeah, that's
Right, we
a-
think Red Lobster's
I'm like,
expensive.
I
We
mean, be
think Red
honest
Lobster's
with you,
expensive.
if a guy, if it wasn't for women, there would be no Papa Do's.
That's the start. That's
I
the
think
start
Papa
of
Do's is
expensive.
overrated,
Is Red
though.
Lobster.
I think that too.
I very much this other places
like? What's
in the
the
city.
ideal place that's not too expensive?
Oh. I don't know.
Like I like to go.
I don't know what's because like okay, so the other day I was talking to my homeboy and I was telling him I went to apartment 4B, and I was telling him it's really nice in here. You know what I'm saying? I was like the environment is dope, and then he asked how the food was, and I was like I haven't gotten my food yet, so we're still on drinks, right? So eventually the next day I ended up telling him the food was pretty good. I was like it could be better, but the whole vibe together brought everything good. So he asked me, so how much was the food? And I said, I mean, it ran us a little over $2. He was like, nah, it's too expensive for my taste. But I already know, like, for me, it's not.
Yeah,
like,
200 with somebody you like or your woman. That's
different.
That's damn near average.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
different.
Yeah, that's
200.
like that's kind of what we do.
Right.
Yeah. Like I've known women like you go out, like we in a relationship, but she mad because I done did some stupid shit. Now she gonna run the checkup. And the last time it happened to me, the bill was $400. I was like, God.
I'm getting appetizers. I'm
Oh,
getting
my
something
God.
to take home.
No, it was all shots.
It was all shots?
I want another shot so I can drink my sorrow away, and this nigga gonna pay for it. You know. But let's switch gears a little bit. How y'all feel about? Well, not yet. Dutch, because you talked about you'll pay for a date. what if, what you feel about Dutch dating? Because some women are saying, I saw this the other day, this woman was talking about how she was saving herself for marriage. Mm-hmm. She not having sex till, I'm celibate now. So a dude was like, well, I'm saving my money for my wife, so we can date, but you gonna pay for your food and I'll pay for mine. And she had a problem with that. And I was like, he might be on. Ain't no might.
He might be on. Now that might be fair exchange though.
I think
it take the
because
pressure
of the
off.
fact that now it seems like you're only doing it because I won't have sex with you.
Yeah,
now, if that's how you feel,
way.
and it's okay, but it's kind of one of those. So basically, you're trying to tell me I have to have sex with you for food.
Well, no,
That's kind of what it sounds like. It's like
basic needs.
We cannot go on a date.
Food, clothing,
we cannot go on a
shelter.
date. Like, I'm not your type.
Yeah.
I'm not your type at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he could have been being vindictive, but he might have already been there. It might have been more. Well, what a coincidence! Because I'm also saving my money for my.
I mean,
wife.
if he was already there and that's how it is, that's one thing. But if you're doing it kind of to be vindictive,
I mean, that would just be being petty.
Yeah.
But what happens with stuff like that when some men see that, they be like, you know what? Yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that. We create this new climate for dating. Like dating in itself is shit crazy.
Isn't that a big gamble though?
What?
Adult person saying, "I'm willing to wait to have sex to my next person." That's a big gamble because you might spend a whole year and a half thinking this person gonna be the
I'm
one.
not doing that. I'm
and
not
then you go to that wedding night
sex
and you're gonna be like, "Oh my God, this is not what I wanted."
Yeah, sex is too important.
I don't think you should wait a year to find out it may not be sexually compatible.
That I can't do.
I feel like it's for everybody is in their own thing. If that person feels like that's what they want to wait on, then that's just not your person.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I respect it for sure.
Right.
I would never try to convince a woman of otherwise because if she said that to me, well, you cool and everything, but that's really not for me.
Yeah.
And I'll keep it pushing. But yeah,
Yeah, but is that even realistic for that person to even say that to you? Like, is that something a real thing? Is that something delusional a person want to say to you? Like,
no, it's real. Women,
it's
plenty
real.
of
Like,
women that feel that way.
Over a person who's not a virgin?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, probably more so because I think some women they get so tired of
the wheel.
The wheel and the dating. They have to wheel. They like,
adding
man,
more bodies, adding more bodies.
I keep adding bodies and lowering my worth. I need to, in her mind, I need to not have sex with these guys, but maybe you just need to pick them better. I don't know, but if that's what she want to do,
it
that's
seems like it's
business.
gonna be the woman gonna be the one that's gonna be disappointed if she don't get what she feel like she gonna get. Because that man kind of know we getting out of sex, so you're gonna wait a year and a half to find out whether or not you and that man is the right situation.
You got a bunch of toys now, so.
Huh? I'm sorry.
We got a bunch of toys now, so.
Right. So
And it's learning. If you
I'm gonna
really
be jealous of the
care
toy.
about that point,
You
if you
one of
really
them?
care about.
Oh no! Look, in that scenario, you tell me for a whole year I'm not doing nothing, but I know that toy getting it every night. Come on, man.
No, I'm talking about after.
That's pretty pathetic.
No, you talking about after. If you get with the person and they're not where you need to be at, you got the toy to kind of fill in, and you finish do what you need to do.
That's still inadequacy.
I mean,
the toy cannot be the champ. Cannot be.
Then you got to step your game
get your
up.
game on.
Right.
Best step
That's what
your
I'm trying to
game
say.
Then it's a
you live in
learning
a household
curve.
where the toy is the dominating sex factor.
And then there's learning curve.
I ain't never been with a woman that didn't have no toys.
Right.
Women don't got no toys.
Women got toys. Mm-hmm. But if the toy is having more sex than you having sex, is a goddamn problem.
Not more than. It's just part of the experience.
Right. It should be part of the experience, but it should not be you and your mate are barely intimate, but yet they prefer the toy over you.
Well, if y'all barely intimate, there's probably something else going on.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Either with you, with her, whatever. There's something else going on.
Right.
It ain't got nothing to do with the toy.
Right, but I'm saying, but if the toy life is active, but your intimacy is low, then like I said, it's a major problem.
It's just something else going on.
Yeah, there's something else y'all need to figure out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, Dutch, I don't think there's nothing wrong if y'all have a conversation beforehand. I think it should be a conversation before kind of the date for the expectation of what's about to happen next. Because,
What,
I
Dutch?
mean, but then
I think it's some women, if you present it to them the right way, they ain't gonna have no problem.
It's kind of how you kind of say it. Like, I mean, if you kind of look, I ain't paying for your food, then it's kind of like, You know, hey, damn.
Yeah, that's also the
But
person.
it's
And
kind of
that
like,
might be something. Oh, go ahead.
or if it's kind of like, you know, as we're getting to know each other, I think this is how we should kind of do this until we figure out where we want to be, if we're going to be serious or not. Then it's kind of a different conversation. And then you get to kind of feel out how she is too, what kind of woman she is.
Yeah, and I've never dated the what they do it off the apps, the dating apps.
Yeah.
But I think that's something you could probably introduce on something like that, versus because if I go up to a woman and I still spark up a conversation and I ask to take her out, there's no way you can comfortably put in there, I want to take you out, I want you to go out with me, but you got to pay for your food. Like,
Right.
there's no way to present that.
Right, there's no way to
in
present
that
that.
scenario.
It's been twice where I wasn't happy on the date, and I knew I wasn't gonna talk to him. I paid for my food real quick.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different.
Like I went ahead, I'm like, look, just
that's
for him to
different.
really understand what's
Yeah.
about to happen next, which is nothing. I'm about to pay for my food.
But I'm assuming on a dating app, within your profile, you could put that.
Yeah.
And then she probably reading about, I ain't got no problem with that.
Yeah.
And I like all these other things about him. So
and then fill it in. That'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, isn't
But
it
I
all-
don't see in no other scenario you can't just bring that up out the blue.
Depending the type of manual on how you carry yourself is gonna already put it out anyway. Like I don't think I've ever dated a girl who had the expectation that we were gonna go Dutch. Like if I was able to present that shit, they'd probably be like, I'm like surprised, like I'm left hooking. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? They think like they all off the top think I'm about to pay. They know I'm suggesting I'm paying. They know I'm paying like I'm weighing.
Okay, so then, if who asked for the date, too, should that make a difference? I'm just
Definitely.
asking.
Definitely.
Should it make for if
No, if a woman
she's
asks me
like,
out, she got to pay.
yeah, if she asks you out,
Why y'all dating?
If she asks me out, I'm expecting her to pay for
Why
the
y'all
date.
dating?
What do you mean, are we dating?
Like if y'all
If we're-
courting, if y'all are still you're not in a relationship, and she said, "Hey, you want to go out to brunch Sunday?" You still think you still think she's supposed to pay?
Yes. If she says it like
If she
that,
asks
Damn,
yes.
damn player.
If you, if she says, "Do you want?" She's asking me out.
ask you
I
out.
feel like I still feel like most suggestions I'm supposed to be paying.
Because a lot of women, they're more bold. Like, even if you're in a court state, she's not going to say it like that if she wants you to feed her. She's going to say, don't you feel like taking me
Yeah,
out
I'll take
Sunday?
you.
She
Yeah.
not going to
Aren't
say it
you
like
hungry?
that.
But why would
Because that suggests she going to pay. And if she don't want to pay, she not going to say it like that.
So when she say, "Man, I want to do something interesting. Man, I just want to go out and get away for the weekend."
Oh, yeah, she's putting it out there that she
That
wants
for
you to pay.
Yeah.
Right, of course.
But that was more vague
Yeah.
and more subtle. That first question, that was
That was a straight ass.
that was straight ass.
Now I've done that and then offered, but the man still didn't let me pay though. Like when the bill come,
I've done that.
most men won't.
Yeah, I've
They'll
done
be
that.
like, nah. It's like they want to
Yeah.
just
Especially
still
if-
see
yeah.
if you're gonna do it.
Yeah.
If what your real intention was is to go ahead and handle it,
I'm gonna go ahead and pay it.
and then they be like, nah, I got it.
And I guess I'm a little more traditional in that.
Yeah.
But if we go out, like she asked me, we go out, and now I could feel like you really only did that because you really want me to pay. Nah, I'm gonna make you pay.
Pay.
I ain't gonna say.
Yeah, but
nothing.
isn't that just make y'all friends though? If I'm not paying, aren't we just friends? And am I not taking care of my lady? Taking
Well,
care of the
if
situation?
But that's your lady.
If we're courting, I mean,
And you know that's my intentions. For you never had to worry about nothing. That's my intentions. If I'm trying to set a standard, then you don't have to worry about nothing.
How you start is how you got to finish.
Yes.
How you-
You have
exactly.
to definitely follow through the whole way.
Yeah.
You have
so
to follow through the whole
you
way.
want to be careful with that. Now, what about when women bring their friends on dates?
I ain't never did that shit.
I haven't had that, but I have had. Can I bring her something back?
Really?
For real? Wait a
They
minute.
tried me.
And
They
wanted
tried.
you
They
to-
tried as me. They tried as me. Yeah.
And wanted you to pay for it?
Yes.
Now, I've never had it just like, oh, she came and she had a girlfriend with her, but, oh, I'm with my girlfriend. Can she come too? Well, nah, that wasn't my plan. Like,
Now, what I've done is, like, if let's say I'm out and a guy sends me a drink, I don't really drink. So now I'm going to hand it over. And I'm going to tell him thank you, but I don't drink. And I'll hand it over to a friend. But I've never just straight out,
well,
like,
that's
oh, buy my
fair.
friend
I mean,
something
and that's
or
fair
something
because
like
he
that.
didn't know you don't drink.
he didn't know
So
I
he
drink.
just made an assumption and
And bought something. And I'm just like,
somebody got to drink.
yeah.
it.
Like,
Yeah, but does that even impress anybody anymore? Like, here's a drink for the
Really,
man.
no.
The man
I-
across the bar.
my friends laugh because I really don't like a dude to buy me because I don't want you in my face for the rest of the night.
Right.
If I'm out with my girls, I'm out with my girls. And I'm really the type that when I'm out with my friends, I'm out with my friends. If I see somebody, he cute, we might exchange numbers real quick, say a couple words, but then I kind of want you to go about your business because I'm in chill mode. And then, so I don't like a man in my face too much when I'm in that type of environment. So when buying the drinks and they start buying them like that, then they just kind of really want to, I'm like,
But I was saying earlier, that's kind of the Atlanta culture. If I end up talking to you and we kicking it and I buy you, if you were to drink, I buy you a drink, here come your friend. Oh, y'all drinking too? You want a shot too? Now everybody got shots. Here come my homeboys. Now there's the whole...
I guess maybe because I'm not from
and
here.
then here come the girl talking about shots for everybody, and then everybody mad because who's gonna pay for the shots for everybody? Because we didn't got to intermingling and we all drinking and partying together.
Yeah.
But like you said, I didn't initiate with that first drink, so now, now that person think they got to have a conversation for the next 35 minutes.
Dating married men, married women.
Did you know them before they was married?
All you know is right now they're married.
What would you call dating though? If I talk to an old friend,
You messing with somebody that's married.
No, you shouldn't do that. You should not do that. Never do that.
Yeah.
But you should be able to talk to a friend, an old friend, especially if you know that person before that person even know that person.
No, I'm gonna say this, and this coming from experience. I'm talking to the ladies. Ladies, don't do it.
He ain't leaving her.
Don't date a married man. Even if he leaves her,
it's gonna be the same
it's
thing.
just never gonna be right.
You're always gonna feel some type of way.
Yeah, there's gonna be obstacles. You're gonna lie to yourself. He's gonna lie to you on some level, whether it's intentional or unintentional. Ladies, don't date a married man. And a lot of fellas, I know y'all don't want me giving up the game, but this is the uncomfortable truth. It's not a good idea. I got to talk to the ladies on this one. And this is coming from somebody who did it, and it hurts too many people.
I had an associate. That's all she dated. That was her
dated,
preference.
or she just liked, but never with the. And I guess it's a question with the intention of being with the men, or she just for what she can get from them, and it's more convenient because they're married.
I don't even think it's what she could get from them necessarily, because she wasn't really getting much from them. But she said she liked knowing where she stood, compared to the wife don't know. She's being lied to while she knows the truth, and she likes knowing the truth instead of being the person that's being lied to.
Yeah, I've known women that don't mind being the side chick.
Yeah,
like they actually play that position well, and they like.
I asked her.
Don't nobody want somebody that nobody wants.
But she wanted to get married one day. So I asked her, how does that work? Like, if you want to get married one day, how you going to end up being married one day and you only really date married men? Yeah. And then when you finally get married, how you going to really feel?
Yeah.
About the fact that, you know what I'm saying?
You think she really wanted to be somebody's second wife then? That was her way of expressing that, like she was willing to be a beta female in a situation? Maybe that was her way of maybe putting it out.
Poly situation?
I mean, right, because if that's all she ever was really interested in, a person who already had that stability, maybe that's her way of expressing that.
I think it's safe to say she's open. She's probably open to it, whether she realizes it.
I don't.
If she had long term,
she was insecure and thought she couldn't do no better.
Insecurity, daddy issues. That's true.
Yeah, but was this long term situation where she really stayed down?
I mean, they didn't. No, it wasn't nothing really long term. I think it was just one of those. You're not. I think at some point a lot of women end up falling into this whole. You're not going to get anything better, so you start settling and starts making it feel like it's your choice. But the reality is, it's not really your choice. It's just where you keep falling at. So now I bump it. This is what I like to do.
The uncomfortable truth: people be having friendships. And they be having people they feel like they had sexual chemistry with. They be having people they feel like they had fun with. And they may not be ready to let those things go even though they be married. And maybe it may never be those expectations that married man or that married woman is ever going to leave their person. But some people just have connections with people from their past they're just not going to let go. Or they might make that person at the job or just meet them in life in general. And you just happen to be married. It's like for me, I had some friends of mine.
Happen to be married? You just downgraded a whole.
I don't want to downgrade marriage, but it's up to that married person to I guess know what's really a violation of their vows.
Of course. Yeah,
because some people don't wear their ring. Some women really don't wear their ring. Some people might be disgruntled. Some people, they may not be happy, or maybe that's just their personality. They never was satisfied in that relationship, and they kind of decided who they are in this world. Where they just kind of.
Then they need to.
She never got married.
Divorce.
They should have never got married.
Like you could just get divorced. It's really not that hard. To just go ahead about your business and leave people alone instead of lying.
Yeah,
and sometimes it's not and this is my ownership. Sometimes it's not as easy to get a divorce, depending on.
Well, I mean, there's financials and other things that, of course, yes, it is not, but it's a lot harder to find out when they find out you cheating.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Now you done committed a whole
cheating
storm.
is never, and I was just having a conversation with two of my best friends. Cheating is never the answer.
Yeah.
Cheating is never the end. And this is coming from a serial cheater. Cheating is never the answer. I got my own issues and all of that, so I'm just being honest with that. But cheating, you're just gonna add a new problem to an existing problem.
And especially when they don't leave.
Yeah.
Now you just got a
especially
whole
if you're dealing
other
with somebody
situation.
that's very toxic. You may be dealing with somebody that's very emotional. You may be dealing with somebody that's kind of violent. It's a lot of factors that come into play with that.
Yeah, so, like, can I bring it back to the dating and cheating thing too? So, when you're dating multiple people, is that just a lifestyle? And that's not really considered cheating. So, if I'm out here as a single man or you're a
That's
single
just
woman
dating.
and you got but are you hooking up with some of them? Are you not hooking up with some of them? Are some of them really your lunch buddy, dinner buddies? So, that's not considered cheating. So, I guess some people don't never transition from that type of lifestyle into being monogamous. I guess that's the whole point of being monogamous.
It's never cheating as long as you're not lying.
Yeah. I mean, if either you're dating multiple people or you're in a relationship. Or you could singly date a person and not necessarily cross over to the relationship, but that's a conversation where it's like, okay, we're dating other people. Or I just kind of assume before when I was single that the person's dating other people.
I mean,
When we first come in, I'm just going to assume he's dating other people. I'm never really going to assume it's just me.
Yeah, especially
Would that be a
city
turn off
like,
a guy told you off rip, like, I don't date nobody else, just you, and you just met that person? Would that be scary for you?
I wouldn't
Well,
say a turn off, but I would be like,
That's a lie.
yeah, I would feel like he's lying right off rip. Like,
Yeah, ain't no guy in Atlanta. Ain't no guy. I'm saying a place like it. Ain't no guy not dealing with no woman at all in Atlanta, unless he just got out of something, or there's something wrong with him.
Right.
Ladies, if a guy tell you I don't be doing nothing, I ain't got man, these women crazy. There's something wrong with you, or he lying.
He lying. Ain't no way in the world.
Ain't
And
no
now I
way.
wouldn't
He might not have
then
a
I don't wanna talk
girlfriend
to you.
or wife, but he has a woman that he deals with.
Right.
And-
Or you might as well run for your life.
one of my homeboys told me about asking that question. Because the question used to be like, oh, do you have a girlfriend or wife? No. Do you got a baby mama? No. And that would be stop right there, right? But the new question after is there a woman that if she found out that you were talking to somebody else, she'd be upset?
That's
So now, I mean, just to know, because it's fair for us to know that there's somebody else. Because then, what if she start acting a fool and you sitting there lying to her?
And that's fair.
And if you have another female that she'll be upset if that you're talking to somebody else, then why are you not handling that situation?
yeah, but ain't no man worth half enough ain't gonna have that. We just talked about that in Atlanta.
Well,
Is no man in Atlanta who's worth anything not gonna have a woman who care about him? Should that's a real vague, awkward question to ask somebody because they're gonna say, yeah, of course.
That she should know though.
if she wants to know, I'm gonna tell her.
Yeah.
So she can probably make a decision on whether or not she wants to deal with me going forward.
But am I wrong to feel like everything ain't your business?
And well, you could take that position. Well, that ain't really none of your business. And now she still got to make a decision on whether or not
Based
she
on
wants
how
to
you
move
feel.
Yeah, I
forward.
mean,
with
nobody
you.
gonna actually say that, but they gonna be thinking that. That's not really.
I mean, he might not say they ain't none of your business. Well, he might just be like, well, I'm gonna just tell you this. I ain't got no girlfriend. I ain't got no wife. Now outside of that, I mean, maybe not. I don't know how they gonna feel, but I ain't concerned about how they
People
feel.
talk a good game out there. You might feel that other people care about you, but they don't really care about you. You know, people got good mouthpieces, boy. People be spitting. That goes into that piece we talked about earlier about habitual lying. So how's that in dating relationship? Are people just the representative? Are these lying who they not? Just to get you to be that person.
I think at first most people are representative.
Definitely. And it's almost reflex to be that way because you're trying to be nice and. But everybody got that side where they're going to flip and curse you
But
out.
I think that's with almost any relationship. I mean, whether it's meeting a friend, meeting just a stranger out in the street, business, the first thing you put forward is really not your true who you are.
Why can't I be authentically me, whatever that is? If it means I'm intellectual, goofy, funny, music lover, weird, strange person. Why that person can't be there? That person got to be the strong, solid type businessman getting money. Like why is that? Why is that? I'm saying though, why that true who that person truly is can't be that? But they step forward. Why I got to be this? Our representative.
They probably can be, but they're afraid that that person is not going to be attracted to that person. So it's really an insecurity on their part. You know, I know that in general, women are looking for this. So this is how I'm going to present myself.
Present this package, and then you start opening up a little thing.
And women do the same thing. Even when it comes down to, I think men are a little hard on women with this, but when it comes down to makeup, a lot of times women, it's like, no, you don't look like nowhere near the same person with your makeup on. Like with some women, they like, damn, that's a kid.
It's a whole nother person.
Totally different person. Like I don't mind a little makeup, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool, but like when you
So
like,
this is literally
minute,
so
like,
this was a conversation I had a couple of days ago at the on Tuesday, as a matter of fact, where she was saying now her dude has an issue with the fact of her wearing makeup, but when they met, she had full face of makeup on. So like, why you mad now that I still wear a full face of makeup?
Well, some men, it's probably most of the men. Women probably do it too, but some men, we tend to try to start putting women in a box and trying to control how she dress. I think most women have experienced that. You get with this man, and now he don't want me wearing this. He don't want me going these places. He don't want me wearing makeup. He want me wearing my hair natural. This how you met her, man.
Right.
This who she is.
You can't cover it. Now you want to cover
You
it
can't
up.
change people.
Now you want to cover it up.
Ma'am, lady, this how you met him. Don't expect him to change.
You used to like
That's
those
how you
jeans.
met
You used to like those jeans she got on. Now you don't like those jeans when you go to.
I don't want you wearing tights no more.
Right.
Yeah, he couldn't really read that good. Now you want him to read books. Like I've
Right.
literally seen this. Like you should go get your GED. Like ain't nothing wrong encouraging somebody to be better, but if they don't want to do that, like
who you met.
don't press that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You gonna push them away.
Right.
I'm cool.
You travel, they don't got a passport. Like,
yeah.
how did you get here? How can you be mad as a person?
Yeah. Like,
you
can
love to
encourage
travel,
somebody to
and
be
that
better,
person
but
ain't left their hood.
But
Yeah,
women love a project. A lot of women, but I think it's a subconscious. Like I built him up. I made him this. I brought him along. Like I did that. You know.
I don't know if that necessarily. I think we also think that for me, he'll be different.
That's true.
You want to think for me, I'm special.
Yeah.
So for me, he's gonna do something different.
Yeah. But he's not.
No, but I'm just saying that's really. I don't really think it's the project and fixing him. It's just for me, he's gonna do something different than he did for her.
Yeah, that's why I said it's subconscious. It's not literally, but it's like like you
but
say.
For me,
like,
I'm special.
Yeah, he gonna be better for me. You know, but he's not.
Do as men, do we hate projects then? Do we hate a woman who's incomplete, who don't got all the stuff together, or do we want a woman who's vulnerable?
Men don't really care as much about, for example, a woman's finances. And men don't care that much about that, especially he got his own money, whatever. That's why a man will marry a broke woman.
These
woman
new
won't
school
marry.
dudes a little bit different. I be listening to them, and they be wanting like a lot of 50-50 stuff these days.
Oh, definitely.
So now her finances are coming into play more than
it's definitely it's evolving to
Yeah.
another
Evolving to
space
that,
now.
yeah.
It's coming to
But
another place.
traditionally,
Yeah.
It didn't matter.
a man with money will marry his secretary.
Right.
A woman with money will not marry the janitor. Traditionally,
Yeah.
that has always been the case.
And if she
But
does,
you'll-
she's gonna talk shit to him all the time.
Oh, absolutely. And she's gonna say, "Oh, no, I would never treat you like this." Yeah. As soon as she get mad and shit the fan, she gonna call you a broke bitch.
Yep.
Right.
Or
Any
something
chance
along
you
those
get, yeah.
lines.
I been should have left your ass.
Yeah. Sorry, mother. All of that. She gonna give you that energy. You know, because when a woman's tongue lashing, it's different. Ain't no telling what might
Going
come
back
out
to
her
being
mouth.
a breadwinner, going back.
But
Starting how you finish, who gonna pay for these dinners?
So at the church, they're literally talking about dating at my church right now. I didn't go today, but last Sunday we're saying that a man that is not prepared should not even be dating.
I heard that recently. I don't agree with that. Okay. You should always be working on yourself. I say that. But if a young man, because a lot of people meet their significant others in college.
Yes.
He's working on himself. She's working on herself. there's potential here for y'all to build something together. But if a woman in college says to herself, I'll say a man in college said, well, I'm not gonna date because till I get my stuff together. You might miss your person.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so you're talking about a person. So if you're 30 and you still are not at a certain level as a man, what about dating then?
Well, I'll say this, and I think that if you're an adult, you should be able to date at any age. So let me say that first. But I said if at 30, let's say you were dating and then you went through some things and some things didn't work out right, and then you hit 30 and you say to yourself, I need to work on myself. I don't need the distraction of dating right now. I think that's different.
Okay.
But to say I'm just not going to date simply because I'm not where I think I should be, once again.
Because you still on the couch at your homeboy's house and you still don't have a car.
Now, if you're on the couch at your homeboy house, you
I mean, I didn't have that, and I still felt awkward. I had my own house, had career, drove, still felt at times didn't have enough money to go out and spend on these dates and going out like that. Like you said, people have expectations to spend $100, $200 out on dates, and you want to go out to, you initially meet somebody, you may go out once a week, then it starts twice a week. So if in reality, in just courting a person, you could end up spending almost $400 to $500 in that first month, and it don't go nowhere. So like, if you really on a budget, do you really have $500 to date 4 or 5 women, just to see who may potentially be?
You definitely not dating no 4 or 5 women.
I'm saying you need to start going to some coffee dates. You need to start going to the park sometime and just having a walk and just telling her it's outside. Good.
But you just said you won't go to Applebee's.
You should always be.
I said,
Learn
how to cook. Yeah, but it's not suggested come over for food, come over cook. That's suggestive for some people.
But I also said that I'm good with low key at first.
Right.
On the first couple of dates while we're trying to figure out where we're sitting at.
Yeah.
I'm good with going to coffee because see the thing is at certain environments I feel like I don't like going to the movie on the first date.
Me either. I want to be able to talk to you.
Because I want to talk to you.
Right.
Yeah, I want to talk to you.
And we sitting in the dark off the rip.
Yeah. I don't want to go somewhere there was a lot of loud music either.
That's right.
Because I still want to talk to you.
I want to go.
I want to see where you at.
I'm a firm believer that traditionally a nice place, go have dinner, a drink is a good first date because I want to see if I like you or not. You know what I'm saying? Then the second day, I like you. We can go have some fun now.
Yeah.
You know, do something a little more fun. Not even necessarily a movie then, but something more interactive. Go play pool or it's a little spot up here called Joystick. They got the old school card games, old school board games. Yeah. You could talk, like that. But traditionally, I think a good first date is always to go sit somewhere and talk.
Sit somewhere and talk, be low key, because it lowers those expectations of now you think you're spending money or the length of time, whatever. It just keep it peace. Keep it peaceful the way both people can leave without feeling upset at each other.
Yeah.
And now I would say that if you have an immature mentality, you probably should be dating. You just causing a bunch of toxic drama for yourself, them. You probably gonna bring up a baby into the world, and you just gonna ruin their life. You know, I will say that. Now, if you're of sound mind, you pretty rational. Ain't nothing wrong with dating, going to get to know somebody. But that, but I think anybody can just go have sex with somebody, see somebody, and if you have nothing going on for yourself in life at all, man or woman, you probably need to just work on yourself.
You need to sit down somewhere.
Yeah, you need to focus on yourself.
Yeah.
So in order to date first, you need to definitely get yourself together first. Get some money saved up before you get out here and start trying to take people out.
Not even necessarily money saved. I think it's a mentality, If you, like I said, if you're in college, you probably got no money saved up. But you might meet somebody in college.
And they're definitely going to do coffee and pizza.
Yeah.
I hear what y'all saying.
Study together or something.
But y'all feel like y'all not in these streets out here in Atlanta, boy. Because it's vicious. It's vicious.
It's dark out
I went to
here.
Little Alley Steakhouse, even for myself, two shots, 2 appetizers, that was $85. I hope I don't sound like a cheap person right now. I'm just saying, that's without even having a date with me. Yeah, and plenty of women around to go out and introduce yourself to, yada, yada, yada. I mean, I'm in a situation.
Yeah, but you 40 years old. A college student ain't going to do that.
Right.
A college student ain't going to do that.
Right.
Right.
A college student ain't gonna do, but a working professional is. I was where other working professionals at, and that's it costs to be out here in these streets trying to date and meet somebody who got a quality job, and you got a quality job. They expect you to be able to afford these things, and you got to have money to do these things. If you want to be out here aggressively dating.
Is that the person you're supposed to be with then?
Say that again?
Is that the person you're supposed to be with? If that's not where you are, Is that the person you're supposed to be with?
Maybe.
Are
How
you supposed-
am I ever gonna get to that? If I only date girls in my hood and girls who maybe have less education or less means, how do I get to be around other women who are making more money and better professionals? Because that's what I was kind of dealing with in Atlanta. If I only date people around this neighborhood who got these not to say low expectation, but maybe a certain lifestyle. But if I start going to Buckhead, assumingly you're gonna meet other women who got better jobs, better income,
and then you're gonna have to pay on that level though.
You have to pay to play on that level. You got to pay on that level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the level you want to be at.
Yeah.
So how you feel about that, Horace? About a certain levels of dating? I guess is there levels to dating?
Financial
Oh,
levels.
it's definitely financial levels to dating. When I was a younger man, I didn't go to the places I go to now. I wasn't spending $100, $200, $400 out to eat, just me and her. Like
Right.
that was unfathomable.
Right. Wasn't even happening. Right.
Well, it wasn't even happening.
Right.
At one point I was a dishwasher making $800 every 2 weeks. Like it wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's definitely financial levels to dating, no question. But you date people that's on your level.
Well, what does that really mean, though? Although we dating based upon attraction and lust.
I mean,
and
all of that
want.
is a level. The attraction is a level. Financials are a level. Even your personalities it's a level. Education, all of those things there's a level to it. It's all within this range.
So the janitor shouldn't went to psychiatrist, even though she see I mop these floors real hard every day, and I see her come to her office day. He shouldn't have a dream that.
That could be his dream.
He can
There's
want
a song called that could be his dream.
He can want her, but can he get her? Though?
Yeah.
And he
might be. He not have enough swag to get her.
Crazier, exactly. I was about to say crazier things have happened. There have been cases where she was like, you know what, dude used to make me laugh every day.
He might be mopping the floor. She her office.
I had to chomp. Yo, Rashad, he grabbed that dough for me.
Hell yeah. But in general, did he really just dreaming though? Why is that not just a?
I mean, so getting to her that way would be more or less like as he's sitting there, he would have to talk to her while she's in her office.
Right.
He's gonna have to woo her differently.
Yeah, she might see him in the hallway.
Yeah.
No. It's just one of the things.
She gonna call HR and be like, why is the janitor keep smiling and keep at me every morning? That's what's gonna happen.
But then she's not they're not the one.
But
If that's how she feels
really,
off of looking at him, that's not his person. You can't really. People want what they want.
People want what they want. You can want anything you want, but you deal with people on your level within this range.
There's a song called Handsomer.
That's generally how it goes.
Okay.
Even with men. So you can look at this man, say he old, he fat or whatever, and he got this fine woman. It's safe to assume his money long as train.
That's what I'm about to say. This song Handsomer by Russ.
It's safe to assume the
he
man
said
money
he's
long as
handsome,
train
but his
smooth.
money makes him handsomer.
Exactly.
Right.
People tell me all the time.
Like-
Women say all the time, man, Jay-Z this and he look like a cowman, whatever. The man a billionaire. He cute.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's the best thing walking.
yeah, I know.
I know. You talk about Steve Harvey.
And there's-
Steve Harvey wife finds I don't know what.
and there's also energy, confidence, your swagger. All those things come into play as well. All those things are a factor. It just is.
Yeah.
Right.
If you acting all shy and timid, she ain't gonna want to talk to you.
No.
That's true.
Women are attracted to a certain type of energy, confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah, it's what it is.
So what's the most important thing in dating? Is it looks? Is it personality? Is it money? Is it resources to be able to even date? Because you could be good looking and got no money.
It's definitely per the person. What's most important, and it probably depends on your age too. And I think we talked about that the last time. Like, I think you said something to the effect of when women are younger, it's more for love.
Yeah, it's more for love.
When a woman is older, it's more
logic.
for.
You have logic as well as love. It has to make sense.
Gotta make sense.
It has to make sense.
I think for men, it don't really change as much. I think men really want to be happy. They want peace.
I keep hearing that.
That man want peace. I'm telling you.
I seen something the other day, and he was like, "I just need her to be my peace."
Man. if she keep herself up, if she loyal, if she feeds him, she has sex with him, and she gives him peace, she gonna win. Them the 5 things right there.
That's it.
Right.
If y'all can throw something in there if y'all want to, but if she do them 5 things, she gonna win. No matter what, if these 5 things are true, he coming home.
Oh, yeah, I guess be supportive.
I don't care what he do. He want peace,
right.
man.
Yeah. She's like, that's his number 1 supporter. Number
Yeah.
1 cheerleader, yeah.
Cause sometimes, man, you be with him like, man, God, what is it today?
Well, what about the dude that you give him all that and he still go out there and do something else?
No, he
Well,
might
that's
still
different.
He might still do that.
But, then
But
now,
he never gonna
now-
leave you.
but-
He not
but
gonna leave you,
now-
though.
But his piece is now gone.
His peace might be gone.
The piece is gone by that bullshit.
He now created a storm in his house.
He may have, and that's because it goes back to the lie.
Yeah.
You know,
Instead of being honest about-
the promise. The problem is always in the lie. It's necessary. It's not in the action. It's in the lie. So you're right. On something he created. You know, he
created
messed
the
up
storm.
his peace.
Yeah, he messed up
But
his
in a
peace.
lot of cases, man, you be like, you complaining because the man out there blowing the leaves? I mean, this happened to me recently. Like, be complaining, talking about somebody was blowing leaves at 7 a.m. So what? What are you hollering about?
It's like what you say about it's no. If you tell the truth, it's no lie. It's like Will Smith. It hurt my heart when he said this on interview recently. He said there was no infidelity in his relationship. I already know what that means, and that shit just hurt my heart. Like damn, like I mean, you knew, and you accepted you knew, and so it ain't like you said. It wasn't no cheating if you already know that you doing your thing, she doing her thing. It's just, you just mad that people are mad that they got exposed.
About to say, I think it was more that it came out, how it came out the way it did, because actually he had another interview where he talked about the fact that sex made him sick.
Sex made him sick.
Yeah, he had so much sex that it got to the point where it's making him physically sick. So think about being in a relationship with somebody that done been having sex all this because he's a star. You know what I'm saying? Rapping and everything else. He done been having so much sex, and now he done came to you,
I ain't never heard of that one.
and now he's talking about sex made him sick.
I ain't never heard of that.
He said it.
I'm sure he said that, but
So
I've
now,
never heard
as a
no
woman
man
being
say
in a
that.
relationship. So now
Yeah,
being in a relationship,
Yeah,
with him,
that's
I
unique
ain't
to his
never heard
situation. But he must have known that his wife was getting taken care of, and there was no
And I'm gonna say- and I didn't-
infidelity in his relationship because I guess he knew.
And I'm gonna tell you this: I didn't hear about that, about him saying there was no infidelity, but I don't believe that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I remember when the story first broke, they lied about it.
Yeah.
They were saying, "Oh no, that's not
They
true.
was
She
lying to
never,
August
she never
Alsina.
dealt with him." Blah blah blah. That's a lie. So if you lying, it's safe to say that you were protecting something. You were trying to protect the image of her, your relationships, something along them lines. Why y'all lying? If y'all was on a break or whatever and y'all was separated, it wasn't no need to lie about that. Yeah, she did that shit. We went together and I was doing my
together at
thing.
the time. Maybe it's because of the fact that they were all around each other so many times before and after.
What you mean, her and what was his name?
August Alsina.
Yeah.
Like
that whole
Will-
thing.
like
that
Will
whole
was around.
thing.
That's what I'm saying. He was around beforehand, and he was around even after.
That whole
to a certain point.
whole thing was crazy. That
Right,
whole-
so they go back to
I
the
still don't-
entanglement things
Yeah.
and dating. So is it like you said? Is it cheating if you know about it? Like he said, in his mind,
It's not-
he
it's
defines his own relationship. There's no infidelity in my relationship. Means that he knew and he's accepting of knowing.
But and if you watch, he makes a comment, but then she basically says something like, I forgot exactly, but she kind of was like on some, you did it too.
That what she said?
Yeah, if you watch the interview, I forgot exactly the verbiage that she used, but it's like she kind of slid that in there, like, hold up, we're not talking about you, so we're not, but like he's been unfaithful also, or been doing his thing also, but we're not talking, the world's not talking about this right now, we're talking
Right.
about her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
and I think it made it just a little more egregious because of who it was, how it evolved, how it came out.
how it came out,
You
how
know,
people look at her.
Yeah, and I mean, and I ain't gonna lie, August Alsina, whatever his name is, he was dead wrong for that. Because in the same interview, he talking about, they helped me, they were there for me. So why would you put them on front
Why
street?
you put them on Front Street?
You could have just took that to the grave.
Yeah.
He was dead wrong for that.
Yeah, he got upset because I guess for whatever reason they broke away from him.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, that I don't even know why. Eventually,
I don't know. It's a bunch of little
Yeah.
stuff.
Right, and with like also no matter one other celebrity thing like with that, dealing with those blended families and stuff like that. Even like with the Kanye West situation, like Pete Davidson and his wife, it's like how do you a 28-year-old man dating somebody who's 42 with 4 kids expect not to be no drama? So if you were dating someone who's a new divorcee who got 4 kids.
Are they even divorced yet?
She's divorced. They're divorced.
I thought they're legally separated.
No, they divorced. It's finalized.
Oh, okay.
Who you talking about?
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. So I'm saying,
I don't know.
It's finalized.
They legal, for real?
It's finalized.
That was fast.
She's
I'm
single.
about to say I thought she got the judge to declare her single, but I don't think they're necessarily divorced.
Well, she's dating someone else.
Yeah, both of them are.
Right.
Yeah.
And she got 4 kids, or they both got 4 kids. So I'm saying, can you expect to date someone with 4 kids fresh out of a relationship for it not to be drama though?
Yeah.
You cannot expect that not to be.
Yes, you can.
I listen to you. How can that be
She
peaceful?
speak more from experience.
You can. I mean, you don't always have to have drama when you're. We don't want to be together no more.
Right.
You don't have to necessarily bring.
No, he
drama
wants to
just
still be
because-
with her though.
Huh?
That's,
I mean,
you
but-
have we don't want to be gay. He
But-
still wants to
but
be with
that's
her.
just
I mean, but we
toxic
talking about
person.
Kanye West. They
Yeah,
ain't
we
even
just
got
talking
to have kids in this probably
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
drama.
just a toxic person. It's
Right.
just when you're dealing with a toxic person or a person that's upset, there's gonna be drama. Then why would you even want to be in a relationship with somebody who wants to be with somebody else anyway? Is a whole nother subject.
Mm-hmm.
But in all reality, yeah, you could be fresh out of whatever, especially a divorce, because y'all had obviously
Mm-hmm.
gotten to a point where you didn't want to be together anymore, and have kids and to be separated. Yeah, you can co-parent and look, you go your way, I go mine. You take care of these kids.
Right.
We good. It definitely doesn't have to be drama. The baby mama drama thing is definitely something
Right.
that doesn't have to happen.
I'm glad we brought up Kanye and Kim. So, what y'all think about dating outside your race? And I only asked it because recently I heard a conversation about what's the rapper? Jeezy, and he married the Asian young lady.
Who said that she would never be with a black man or something like that? There was that comment.
Did she say that?
Supposedly there's a comment that she kind of made about
I
not
don't know,
wanting
but
to.
I've been hearing a lot of black women say they don't download his music, they ain't streaming his music, they ain't fooling with Jeezy no more. They got a real problem with it.
Yeah.
You know. So what y'all think about dating outside?
Yeah, but they ain't cancel Tamarind Hall. They don't cancel Serena Williams. They don't cancel Eve. She just had a baby with a billionaire. They support them women. They say yes.
He's not a billionaire.
Well, he got more money than a lot of athletes. He richer than the athlete. She ain't dating no broke ass ex-football player. She dated his name Maximilian, some shit like that.
I'm gonna say this. So you mentioned Serena. Who else?
Serena, Tamarind Hall, and Eve I think all have children with rich white men right now.
Okay, well I can't speak on the other two, but Serena specifically, I have to kind of defend her a little bit because in this shop, you know, they talking about Serena. She married this white dude. All they date this white guy. Serena tried, man, and a lot of black women they try. They do try to date black men, and you know we do them dirty. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm gonna tell you the story too. And this right here in the shop, we was talking about interracial dating, and one of my homies was mad that his son was going to the prom with a white girl. It was a black lady sitting here, and she was listening. And after a while, she kind of chimed in. She said, "Let me tell y'all something." She said, "I'm 40. I think she was 40 or 41. She said, "I'm 40 years old." And I've never pictured myself with anything other than a black man. She said, but I also did not think I would be 40 years old, single and childless. And she said, at this point in my life, I have to really reevaluate whether or not I'm going to date outside my race. Now I'm more open to it because I expected to be married. I expected to have children. I expected these things. So on some level, I got to defend those black women. Now, it's some people, black men and black women, say, "Oh, I only date this. I don't like them people. I don't care what race you are.
Yeah.
I only date this. I only date white men. I only date white women. I don't like that."
They automatically cancel out their
Exactly. I don't like hearing that from nobody.
I
Or
would
white
say-
girl to me. I only like black men. This is for the colors of. Shut up.
Yeah. I would say with men, y'all have way more black women to choose from
That's
in the
true.
first place.
Yeah.
To where the number is different.
That's true.
So with us, we outnumber y'all a whole lot.
Yeah.
Now, I particularly feel like, I tell my boys all the time, sister, don't bring her, and then they kind of joke, but mama, I don't give a damn what I am. I would prefer you to bring a black woman home.
Yeah, my mother, that was 2 rules.
Yeah, I was taught that too.
Don't bring home no white girl and don't be gay. That was the rule.
That was the rule.
Bring home no white girl.
Don't be
And
gay.
my sister,
Yeah.
one of my sisters brought a white boy home one time. Now, I was 9, and I knew these rules.
Yeah.
My sister is about 9.5 years older than me, so she about 18, 19. But I remember saying, "Yeah, I want y'all to meet my boyfriend. I'm bringing my boyfriend home from college." The boy was white. I mean, a white boy. He didn't even get past the front door. My mother said, I know you ain't brought no white boy up in my house. She said, I know you ain't brought no white boy in my house. I was 9 years old, and I was like, are you crazy? I was 9. And I was like, are you crazy? You know who our mother is?
So I know a young lady that her first 2 experiences was a black boys, young girl, right? And the first one,
She was white.
no, she was a black girl.
Oh, okay.
First boy wanted her not to wear her natural hair.
Wow.
He had a problem with her natural hair. Second boy was pressuring her into sex. So then she kind of was like, I'm trying black boys, and they giving me issues. And then other ones kind of being disrespectful and everything else. She's in high school. So then she ends up with a white boy. And I'm talking about like Cleaver, like real white, like Trump supporter type white boy, but loved her hair, was good to her, bought her stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then she ended up with a black man in the end because it really was, that's kind of her thing. But it was kind of one of those, I had to sit there and understand why she went the way she went, because she felt disrespected several times by young black boys.
But is it race, or is that the individual person they end up finally meeting? Like some things don't necessarily got to be about skin tone or colorism. It might just be she met that guy that.
No, she definitely just met the guy. Like they worked together, and that's how she ended up with the
Right.
white boy. They was working together, so that she didn't go looking, whatever.
Right.
They were working together, became friends.
But she was open
and
to
then-
it, yeah.
Yeah, and that's how I told her she was gonna end up with a little white boy dating him, because he was around all the time, being nice to her. They worked together. He was giving her rides and stuff, and they were just platonic friends at first, and eventually it evolved or whatnot. But I saw how the evolution came compared to her dealing with black men, and we do have a lot of our black men doing stuff like that to us, even as we get older. I have associates who they comment on the hair, and I'm like, hey, we're at the point where natural hair is not being accepted still, or still
no other race. Well, I'll say in America degrades their women the way that we do. Whether it's in music, in our families, in our communities, it's a real problem. And then on top of that, we'll say, that's why I'm gonna go get me a white girl. I'm like, God damn. Even one of my homies, same dude that was mad that his son was going to the prom with a white girl, he said to me one day, he with a African chick, right? He said, I'm not dating no more American black women. I said, get out. I said, get out of here, man. He said, what? I said, get out. I'm not doing that with you, man. I'm not doing that in this barbershop. We're not doing that today, man. Get out of here. No, man, I'm just saying. No, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that mess, man. Yeah. All these things come from a real place. How we feel about black women, how black women feel about black men. It's all toxic. It's all the residual effects of slavery. It's all lack of education, and we just so divided, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's going to take to get us back.
I feel how that woman feel. I'm 42-year-old and childless. I done tried. From 14 years old, girls in my hood getting pregnant, the most beautiful girls in my neighborhood getting pregnant at 14 years old, to moving here to Atlanta and want to be in the music industry. I done tried. I done met every kind of girl, from a social worker to the unemployed. And I probably got the best girl I done had in my life in terms of career and everything now. But if it don't work out between me and her, I'm just like that lady. I'm going to be open to dating someone outside my race, yes.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
I have not.
Have you ever dated outside your race? No. I haven't dated outside my race, but I did mess with this white girl one time. A lot of people don't know this. This is probably a lot of people.
You didn't tell your mother that.
I definitely didn't tell my mother
I'm
that.
telling.
I definitely didn't tell my mother that. I don't know. I met at this bar and I was like, what the hell? It wasn't the greatest experience, I'll tell you that. And I'm not saying that to say that white women are this or that. I messed with one white girl.
Yeah.
It wasn't the best experience.
Okay.
And I'll say this. I really feel like a black woman deserves me.
That's deep.
When you really think about black men who are doing things for themselves and want to really spoil a woman, take care of a woman, be with somebody and have something special, I think I can give that to a black woman.
Yeah.
And I should give that to a black woman. I think that's just how I feel. You know, I don't care about other people and whether or not that don't bother me. If I see a black man with a white woman, that don't bother me. But I feel like a black woman deserves me personally.
Okay.
You know, that's just how I feel.
Yeah, I do too. I think my fatal mistake was thinking in my 20s I was maybe going to meet a black woman, or only not dating black women who had children. I think when I took that off the table, I may have missed out meeting some very wonderful people.
You wanted to date a woman?
I wanted to have my own family.
Oh, okay.
But knowing my situation, where I come from, and my community, that might have been unrealistic, because I said, like, a lot of people in my peer group were already having children by 15, 16, 17 years old. So, you know, we're in our 20s, and I'm kind of judging them. But in reality, I should have been open, because I might have had my family by now if I had not been that person saying I wouldn't date somebody with children. I might have had my child by now.
My husband said that though. Before me, he dated a few. He didn't want to date another woman with kids, and he ended up marrying a woman with 4 kids.
Right. And I feel like I'd have missed out on a lot of levels, things in life, because now I'm 42 without kids. All my friends going to basketball practice, got basketball tournament, camping trips, just a lot of just wonderful family things that I'm not able to do. Even like a couple of years ago, you know, my family had a timeshare, and we at Disney World, and I'm there with some senior citizens, and we all down at the pool, and I got all these people with their kids and their babies running around looking at me crazy. This man asking me questions like, "Yeah, so who you here with?" And I'm thinking I couldn't get a date. I couldn't get a date to come to Disney World, because nobody wanted to go to Disney World just for a date. So it was like, but I'm just out there by myself, like damn, like, you know, like, this is, being here is cool, but the people here, because they're here with their families, and that's what's making their heart flutter, is seeing their kids run around and enjoy Disney World, or enjoy just the resort.
I think as you start dating, there's different. You start changing things around on what you want. You start, you know, you have this checklist. And eventually, as you get into certain places, and I'm not saying certain things need to definitely stay on the checklist, but certain things become unrealistic of where you are and what you want. You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, who you might miss out on because you're just like, nah, I don't want this. And I think the thing with single mothers is, oh, she's just looking for somebody to do X, Y, and Z. She needs whatever else. When I came with my own bread, my kids are very much taken care of. I ain't need nobody to do nothing. They got a daddy. I mean, he's no longer here, but they got one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then they think about the drama. Yeah. I don't do drama. So I think there's a stigma over that too, is dating a mother.
Right, I think it's a stereotype that if you have children, and without even know your situation, they just assume they don't know that you could be a widow, you could be your kids cannot even be with you. But people just automatically hear the resume. Oh, they got the envision in mind with the situation.
Or multiple baby daddies.
This is how bad the image of us is. A man, we're gonna talk about black men, can hear a black woman have 2, 3, 4 kids. He's automatically gonna assume she has more than one baby father.
And I have one. Same guy I was with all through high school. He's going to automatically assume that. And those things are ingrained in us because of what we see every day. That's why we think like that. It's no difference from, I don't want to get off subject, but it's no difference from going into a barbershop and feeling a little anxious because of the reputation that come with barbershops. But here at Silver Star, we greet everybody. Right. It's a family. And
this how deep shit is you.
It's all love in here.
But my homeboys who have 3 and 4 kids, ain't none of them single though. They have women who they might not be the mother of their children. So it's almost like how does that work? So a woman with 3, 4 kids, we kind of shame and shun that woman. But a man who got 3, 4 kids, it's almost like they gonna have somebody, because the woman gonna know that's kind of like he's a virile man, a strong man. I don't know, or something. Well,
women sometimes women about nature, about companionship so bad that she'll, you know.
But also, but the other thing too is sometimes guys that if you're a woman who has children and the man doesn't, the understanding of what you're going through, they don't have. It becomes difficult sometimes. So you're just kind of like, man, this dude, he really don't understand what I'm going through as a parent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, I've had dudes come in and tell me they're going to get my boys straight. You're going to do what?
You're going to do what?
What do you mean you're going to get my boys straight? You don't even know them. You've never had a conversation. I ain't even tell you about them too tough. Yeah. But there's an automatic stigma that, because I'm a single mother with boys, my boys must not be straight.
Yeah, they don't have that
They,
experience.
they don't have, you know, they're not disciplined.
Yeah.
They're out here running the streets. And I'm like, hold up a second.
Yeah.
And then like people hear me now and I'm like, no, I got 2 children in the Navy. I have a son who graduated at 17 out of high school. You know what I'm saying? I actually technically only have 1 child in school now.
Right.
All my kids do very well. But that's not, they don't even stick around to even find that out.
Even find it out. They just heard something and they just judge. Like I say, same thing with me. I was being judgmental because, like I say, some of them women who had 1 or 2 kids, that might have been the woman that gave my baby or one who we had that connection with.
Yeah.
And I would never know because I took a path that was very limited, but it was not appropriate to the culture which I come from, where women have children early, which is a real thing. Because my mother had children early, so are we really just the uncomfortable truth? Are we like playing games with this whole, teenage mother thing? Because I seemed like I came in with her where they was really judging teen mothers, and it really shouldn't have been that way. In my personal opinion.
That's a whole nother subject.
I mean, I know especially if you come from having a teen mom.
That's a whole nother subject. But let me just say this: when it comes to dating, because we're talking about dating, men, women do not date people who do not properly raise their kids.
Definitely.
That is a serious red flag. Ladies, if you find a man that he's not properly in his child's life or raising his child correctly, that's a red flag. Don't fool with that man.
No, I don't.
Man,
when they always talk about I got a baby mama and can't see my kid and I'm not paying. No, sir.
Man, you meet a woman and they kids up late at night and you see them they dirty and they not doing their homework and don't fool with that. Don't fool with her.
She always got time for you and her kids are just at the house.
If she got time for you during the week,
yeah, like
more than likely she's not raising her kids properly. If she got too much time for you every weekend, more than likely she's not raising her kids. Do not deal with people that's not raising their kids properly. I
stopped dating a girl because her son came to the door with a do-rag and a cap gun. I said, what the fuck is going on here? And he said, she's my mother not home right now. So I gave him like the stuff I was supposed to bring him because he had already left and went to work and shit. And then the one night I went over there, it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the night. We on there sitting there, me and her homegirl. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, okay, so when he gonna go to bed? He looking at me like nigga, when you gonna go home? No, he was waiting for somebody to pass him a blunt. He was like he looking at me like, man, all hating ass nigga. Because if I was not there, them girls would definitely pass that little ass boy a blunt. Because he was the man of that house. He was his mother husband. And some situations be like that. And that's when I realized, not that I'm judging her, but that's not what I wanted.
Yeah. And that's another problem that we have to end up talking about too, is how in single family homes kids are being raised and how men are coming up and then females are coming up.
That's a whole nother,
which is another issue that we're kind of growing into right now.
Yeah, that's a whole nother subject. We're gonna definitely get into that. But one more question real quick. Age gaps. Dating people that's older than you, younger than you.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. I think for me, and it really shouldn't be this way, but I got a niece who is a decade younger than me, and I don't think I will ever date somebody who's 10 years or younger than me, only because of my nieces. Mm-hmm. But half your age plus 7 years, you sound beautiful. Because
I like the math the Muslims came up with, and I from my experience. So when I was married, me and my wife same age, we tended to bump heads more about silly stuff. Now,
but what age group you guys were in at the time?
30s, around 30s.
Okay.
But it seems to be more of a challenge in my experience when we're the same age. When I'm dealing with a woman that's younger than me, she tends more to hear me. Like she's more likely to want to have a conversation and ask questions rather than just going against what I say. Like, and it could be something so rational. Be like, I can't believe you saying this to me right now. Like like when I'm with my ex-wife, and maybe that was unique to her. I don't know, but I do find that not all the time, but most of the time when I'm dealing with younger women, they tend to, for lack of a better statement, kind of more respect you more, and kind of look up to you.
Okay.
And but they probably got daddy issues, and they respect that I might know some things that they don't, and have wisdom in these areas. So in my experience, it works out a little better when they're a little younger.
Okay.
That's because an older woman, it has more expectations of it, and more responsibility and accountability. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I think there's also a reason why a man may want to date somebody younger is because it may be a little bit less of
pressure.
I think so. But at the same time, like my sister, I can a little bit disclosure. She dated a guy who was older than her, almost my dad age. But my sister's 50 though, so he was like 60 something. But he's more stable than the guy she was meeting at 50 something, which is almost terrible. But the guys who are 50 something want a young woman, and the guys who are 30 something want a young woman. So it's kind of like it's nothing. But people be mad when they see a older woman and a younger man, like the Pete Davidson situation. People be uproar with that type of situation.
I know my husband's younger than me.
Right. So I'm sure other people may have said something about that before.
No.
How much younger though? How much younger?
He's in his 30s. He's in 30s. So the thing is, most people think he's older when you look at us.
Okay.
So most people find out later that he's when you see him.
He don't look old.
He don't. But
she looks younger than
my age.
Than her age.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but the old man, younger woman is kind of like what we in America what we've been raised with.
Say that again.
In America, that's kind of like the image of the older guy, younger woman type of thing.
Yeah, my first husband was older.
Yeah. So.
He was 2 years older than me. He was older.
That's as far as what society seems to accept.
It's used to an older man with a younger woman than an older woman with a younger man.
Right. We don't.
But
like
we
that.
also think about it because it's kind of ingrained in us that your maturity level is not. So why would we? If we're already equally not as mature, supposedly, then why would we dare want to be with somebody younger than us?
And that's a good point because women do tend to mature faster than men.
So it's like, why would we want to be somebody younger than us if we're already not compatibly mature?
Yeah,
I guess the youth bring energy. I don't know. Some people feel like they want to be around a younger spirit.
I'm about to say, I think when, especially myself, I'm at a point where I still like doing certain things, and certain age group, it's like just want to sit in the house all the time. And I'm just like, I was a mother at a young age. I raised my kids. I'm kind of ready. I'm ready to go play outside sometimes.
Right.
Not all the time, but I want to play outside sometimes. I want to do some things on top of traveling and other things. So it's kind of like, I don't just want to sit in the house all the time.
Right. I can do both. But me, I'm definitely a traveler. So I want to be able to, and I'm saying that and I just got my passport, but I'm a person that I want to be having trips to look forward to keep this thing interested. Because to me, it seems like when you got something to look forward to, that keeps the relationship a little spicier. That keeps us on one accord. But you got to have some kind of goal, or activity to look forward to.
Well, we're going to leave it right there. Uncomfortable Truth. Kiema, Reg, Horace. We out.